Hi guys, welcome to Crypto Bin 101, the home of value and good information when it comes to cryptocurrency, trading, and investment in general. And we've seen so much news still coming out regarding the FTX issue. We've seen even other exchanges now needing more than $500 to $1 billion to bail themselves out. And a lot of things just going on in the market. And this FUD calling FUD, that means fear, uncertainty, and doubt, is the stage at which we are right now in the cryptocurrency space. And how do you navigate out of all these things that you're seeing happening? I'm definitely going to share the whole story with you now so you can get to understand what is really going on so you don't get caught in this FTX and other exchanges fiasco that we're experiencing in the company or in the crypto space. All right, my name is Ahmed Oladmeji Kazim, and this is Bitcoin and Breakfast Show, where we trade it and we do not gamble it. And before we hit the ground running today, I would like to share some things with you. I've told you, if you've not moved your money out of decentralized exchange, you need to do that. If you're not moving all because you're a trader or you're a retail trader or you're an investor, you can keep the one you want to use with them and definitely move what you do not need to a cold wallet or to something much more safe for you. And we can see even right here, we can see that one of the greatest rapper to do it, Drake, has even done that by flexing his iced out ledger wallet. It's a ledger wallet, but he now iced it and stuff like that just to show some flexing on you guys. So I'm trying to show you that if successful people can be doing that, I don't see the reason why you're just trying to make in the crypto space or you're just trying to find your space in the crypto space wouldn't do that, and I think we need to do that. But first of all, let's see what came out from the FTX as a company as a whole. They came out saying the money that was transferred from them to some exchanges globally was done through an individual account or kind of intermediary account, and probably they're urging people to kind of be careful. And you can see we now have other things they share online, which is so much you might want to read it out, and it's just trying to let us know how or strategic of how they're going to sort out all the issue that has been going on in the crypto space. And you all know the new CEO has been trying and been seeing how they're going to get that done. And having said that, we can see right here that FTX still holds about $3 billion to a lot of customers, and that is insane. That's to their creditors, and people are saying that is their big customers. I'm not talking about other retail traders that have money inside the exchange that have not been able to withdraw their money. But we can see now that FTX is owing a lot of money, and also, excuse me, it's still that FTX says it owes over $3 billion to its 50 largest creditors. And even though the filing did not disclose the names of the parties wrapped up in the swift demise of FTX, the document makes clear the scope of potential loss its client faces. And the fight for bankruptcy, like we all know, and that could probably the investor will not going to get the full money back, because now it's not in the process, and the Bahama regulators say they want to monitor it. Maybe they get some money back or they won't get nothing. So, and from that, we saw Genesis. I don't know what's going on. Genesis some days ago saying they got licensed in Europe and some other places, but now they're coming out to see that Genesis sought $1 billion bailout from investors before halting withdrawals. So I think the more these crypto companies or these new crypto companies are moving or growing bigger, the more the rates is now becoming, I don't know. And that's one thing to me. We need to be careful, because if you see crypto.com, they were buying arenas, they were getting sponsored deals and stuff like that. But now We have rumor about them. We saw what happened to Celsius Voyagers. Even FTX was just moving here and there to Africa, to Asia, and all of that. But now we saw what happened then. Same thing now. Genesis is saying they need a kind of 1 billion bailout from the investor. So we need to be careful. And the most important thing we need to do is to put our money in a ledger or cold wallet, whereby you are now the custodian of your asset. If you lose it, you know you lose it, not someone else or not some companies you are trying to, keep your cryptocurrency with, and they now come and tell you story and all your cash or all your assets are down the drain. So we need to be careful when we're doing that. And we can see Drake is doing that by even flexing his iced ledger wallet, and I think we need to follow that as an example, because that's a good example. Everyone needs a cold wallet, and you might want to get that. Okay, that's on the market, talking about the fall that is going on in the market, the fear, uncertainty, and doubt, and how you can navigate around it. But we're still going to talk about what is going on in the economic calendar. We're going to look at the market watch, and also we are still going to check the chart, and I know that's where a lot of you want to see that what is going to be today's prediction or today's signal. And we all know World Cup, it's on, and we must not be carried away with different games we'll be watching, because we might see some kind of movement happening in the market as well, and you might want to support your favorite team. You can comment down below in the comment section. Let's have a discussion. The comment section has always been black. Partake in the comment section. Let's relate, and you can say, maybe saying something regarding the show, talking about the World Cup, the team you're supporting, talking about the coins you want us to analyze, or share us some project you feel we can take a look at and analyze with you, and we'll gladly do that for you. All right, so now let's check out what's going on. But before I move on, if you've not subscribed to the channel, you might want to do that right now. It's Crypto Bean 101, and you can see right here, subscribe, like, and share, and do not forget to turn on the notification bell. You can see subscribe right here, like, and share. And you can see so many videos are there. We even have some short video for you to learn one or two things from. You understand? So you do not want to miss out on all of that. So right now, what is going on in the market? We can see BTC ranging between 17,000 and 16,000 for like how many days now, since November 14, or let me say throughout the week. We were just seeing maximum of, I think, 1,000 to, let's say, from 500 to 1,000 point spike or market price action that we've been seeing in the market. So what are we going to experience this week? We're going to discuss that. But before we do that, let's check out the economic calendar to know what they could possibly blame the movement on this week. I tell you, anytime market falls off, or anytime we're going to see some crazy movement in the market, they like to blame it on something. Maybe when there will be interest rate, maybe when there will be this, but it will still correspond, or it's still going to match with what the chart is telling us. And that's why I believe in my chart analysis, I believe in my technical analysis, but I do not turn my eyes of the fundamental analysis, because that is very important. That's why I get some data and I look at my chart and I follow the structure, and I know definitely this is where the market will be going. And that's why we've been more than 99.9% right on this show, and you can go and verify. You can check all our analysis, and if you want to be part of getting signal, you can join our Discord channel or possibly join our Telegram channel. The links are down in the description, so you can be part of the greatness that is happening on this show. So today is Monday, the 21st of November 2022, and we can see right now there's not much important news today. So probably the market might be slow, or we might see some people just coming in to push the market higher and kind of just manipulate. But I'm still going to analyze the charts to you right now, and you're going to understand what you need to do. But tomorrow we're going to be experiencing the Governor Lois speaks, talking about their interest rate, how they're going to correct it in Australia. I will be expecting core retail sales month-to-month, core retail sales in Canada as well, and we'll be expecting Richmond Manufacturing Index, FOMC member speaks, and we're going to be seeing FOMC member speaks a lot of things are going to come out relating to FOMC. Just people are just going to be giving us some data and how they're going to control the next one that will be coming out. And now Wednesday we have important news in New Zealand, talking about the interest rate, talking about their press conference, and talking about in Europe French flash service PMI, and in Europe also we're going to be experiencing the German flash manufacturing PMI, and also in GBP, just in Europe as well, we're going to be expressing the flash manufacturing PMI, and that's very, very important. And now we're going to be waiting for core durable goods order to come out, flash service PMI to come out in United States. We're going to be seeing new home sales coming out, that's very important, and we're going to be seeing FOMC minute, that is, we're going to be seeing some interest rate talking about the minute coming out, how they're going to discuss and things they want to do to the tools they're going to use to control the interest rate, talking about the next one that's coming, and I think that will be very, very important. So Wednesday, it's going to be a very important day for us. And now on Thursday, nothing much, because we're just going to be seeing some news coming out of Europe, and on Friday, we do not even have anything at all. That is very, very important. So these are what we'll be looking at, talking about the economy calendar. But let's check the market cap and see how the market cap is doing. Excuse me. We can see the market cap is sitting at 800 billion on the dot. And why is that? Because we saw the market coming down to retest, and I'm going to analyze the chart to you. You're going to get the jerk of what I'm talking about shortly. And you can see on the sister site as well, it's still around that figure. We're still around 800 billion. We've not been able to break below it, and I know by the time we're going to break below, it's going to be when we break below the 15,600, talking about the newest lows we experienced. But now we're going to come back to this shortly. Let's go back to the chart and now see what is really going on the market. So first of all, on the higher time frame, I told you we have the descending triangle. We're supposed to break above it according to it, because we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, and we need to see 5, then come down, and we can see if you use the Fibonacci, you can see it's between 0. Excuse me, it's between 0.68 and 0.50. You see this 0.68 zone, and that's why I'm expecting the market to push up back, and you've seen we're failing to push up, and now that leads us to creating new symmetric triangle over here. And since I saw this symmetric triangle, I knew the market is supposed to come down and thereabout. But what are we going to do now? What are we supposed to do? I am going to share that with you shortly, but I think I might want to take a trade as I'm recording right now, because I feel like we have a spike in the money, and that's really, but let's go back to, I just took a trade, but I'm not saying you should take a trade. I'm going to analyze the chart to you. I'm just saying something that catch my eyes. So back to the chart, we can see we have this symmetric triangle, and I knew definitely we need to form 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as a fake out. Then I'm expecting the market to come down to either test this 16,150 and see if you're going to break it. You understand? But there is a twist here, because we broke below it, but immediately we recover back inside it. So if you're using our line chart, it's going to show us like we didn't break it here. Let me show you. You can see in our line chart, excuse me, oh, okay, even in line chart, we break above it. So what does that mean? I'm going to analyze this in the chart to you shortly. So now this is what I'm expecting from the market, or the market to do. I haven't seen this thing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now it's coming back to retest. I'm expecting the market not to break, because now we break this zone, so I'm expecting to see some kind of structure around there, and which this is one I'm going to show you in a lower time frame. So I'm going to see if we're going to see a movement that will, maybe the first 2 hours, the first 4 hours, if it becomes a strong candle, we'll see a structure nicely created in a lower time frame, we might want to start to take a buy, because I told you, take your short below 16 150, and you can see we break below it, but we're trying to recover back immediately into it. And once that happens, that might be we're having a lot of people buying at that range, and you do not want to get into the market. But I'm going to show you where you need to get into the market today, because what I'm expecting now is we've seen the market doing this thing and it has pulled down. I'm expecting the market to shoot up. I'm not going to lie to you, and we can see it right here. We can see this spike right here. What does this spike mean? I'll tell you what it means, because sometimes when you see spike like that in an exchange and it doesn't show in another exchange, it means maybe there's something that has happened before and it has not balanced up on their own order book, and now by the time the options are expire or the open interest are expired, then it's going to balance, and that's what we saw over there. I'm going to drop a video about that so you can really understand when you see a spike like that in an exchange and you don't see it in another exchange. But for today's show, let's focus on today's business so we can get the chart right. So right now, what am I expecting to see? Let's go to lower time frame now to now see if we need to get into the market. So this is what is happening right now. If you look at this over the weekend, I was watching closely over the weekend. We had this since I gave you the structure. I told you you need to put your short below 16,150 if you break below it comfortably, and we need to put our buy stop above 17,100. But we saw the market didn't break either of the two until this morning. Now we saw this market pull down, they recover straight into the zone, and that shows that there's a lot of buyer around this side. So now, is this now going to be valid? These are our, let me show you what I'm saying. So I think maybe we might now have this value, which is now 1, 2, because we're failing to break this. So we must have our 3 to move like this if this is going to be valid. And why I'm believing this is going to be valid now is I'm expecting for us to come and break above 16,326 back, because we break below the 16,150, which I'm waiting for this candle to finish. Then as it's finished, I'm thinking maybe we're going to put a short, but we saw the market move right back into it, and that's why it's always good to use your risk reward when you're placing a trade. And where is the stop loss? The stop loss, or where you need to get out of the market, is 16,331 thereabout, because that's where we have kind of mini structure before we break above. But this is what I want to show you. We've seen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're thinking this will be our potential yellow. You understand? Because it could become our potential blue. This could be our potential yellow. But now we saw this thing created, and whenever you see this thing created, the market must come down, and that's why there's a signal around 16,800 for a short. Then I was thinking we're not going to break this, but now we broke out of it, but we went back in immediately. But what does that mean to me? Whenever I see something like that, I'll wait to see. This is now a structure. Now let me show you. You see, now we now have a kind of structure. Now what am I waiting for now? We've seen this coming out, and we've seen the market testing 15,800, which is close to the last mitigation zone around this point. So we might see the market start appreciating from here. And I'm not going to lie to you, if the moment we break above 16,330, I think we must get into the market. Or better still, we wait for a structure to form out. If you're not in a hurry, if this is where we're going to stop, excuse me, I think my system is hanging. I want to show you something. Excuse me, my system is hanging. Let me just refresh it. If you've not subscribed to the channel, you might want to do that right now. Subscribe, like, and share. And do not forget to turn on that notification bell so you get all the gist content. So now I think my system is nice and working properly. So what am I going to do now? If you don't want to get in right now, what you need to do, we're having the market creating a good structure, because if you look at this now, this is the last order block before this movement is going up. So now we have the structure here, then pull back here, then we see if we're going to break out. Where do you need to get a perfect entry? I think you need to let it go, come back and retest this zone. You see, to come and spike this zone, then this is where we're going to have a perfect buy. Get me right. Don't get it wrong. Let me close it back. if you don't want to get in now, what do you need to do? You need to wait for the price to come back to this zone, to come back to 16,000, and around 16,000 and 15,880 or 850. Yeah, let's put it that way. 16,000 to 15,850. I think that's where we're now seeing a good order block here, and I think I like it. Let me go to 4 hours if it's going to show us something nice. You see, and on the 4 hour, we don't really have any movement, but we know this is the last sell before the buy between the 16,000 downwards. So what are we going to be doing? We need to go to 2 hours to see if we're going to see order block there. In 2 hours too, we only have this, and which normally I like to do this the moment I see the last sell before the buy. So now when you now go to lower time frame, it's going to show you where you need to perfectly get into the market if you're going to start seeing the market moving ahead. So now you need to trim it down to the other block, and that's the other block right there. So what am I waiting for today now? Right now, you can have a buy. If you're an experienced trader, use your risk reward. But left to me, if you're not an experienced trader, I will advise you, let's see if this thing is going to break the structure it created. You can see we have this movement move up like this, then try to retrace back, then it's continuing the movement. So let's see a structure forming out first before you get in. If you're going to be patient with me, let's see the market move like this. Wherever I want to stop, then let's see it coming back to retest this zone. Then the moment it's about to shoot up, then we're going to have our perfect entry here. That's our perfect entry. I'm not going to lie to you, because if we get into the market right now, we might see it coming down here to test here, and that might create a kind of FOMO for you, or it might create a kind of drawdown that you don't like. Then you're going to take a loss. So sometimes I would like you to be patient. Let the market come back and retest this zone. If it fails to break this 15,800 where we have this order block, then we know that we're going to see the market moving up back. And the moment it breaks the structure, definitely you're going to see the structure when it creates like this, come down. The moment it's breaking it, that's where we're going to have our buy now. You understand? So we don't need to wait for the 17,000 to break out again, because we need to get into the market early, and we need to get it when the structure is forming out of the lower time frame. So that's that. Then if you have a sell, do you need to take profit or close out your sell? Because I told you the moment we break below 16,150, we should get into the market our last lesson. Yes, you don't need to close it, because we can see where do we have the last spike before we break this zone is here. You see, it's around this zone. So I will expect you to get out of the market if you have a short around 16,330. So now you need to put your stop market or your stop loss around 16,330, and let's see if the market will still continue to go down, because you're already in the market. If you get in around 6150, it's still a good entry. So let's see if we continue going down. If we continue going down, we know we'll be trailing our profit according to the structure as it's breaking it down and down. But in case we come back here and you see that we failed to break this 15,880 or thereabout, and we're coming back to break that structure, you need to close your sell. Then you take a buy. I'm not going to lie to you. That's exactly what you need to do. So today's check is you must be in a short right now if you're being a short. And if you're not in a short, you can wait. You understand? Because now what I'm looking for now is the buy. Since I've seen this, but I know we're still going to come down here. But if you're in a short, you can wait and see if you're going to break 16,330. If you break 16,330, you need to get out of the market and now wait for a buy, because now a structure must have been forming out. If we hit this zone, then the market will come back and mitigate this zone. The moment I come back to mitigate this zone, this is our buy zone. So where do you need to buy today? You need to set your buy limit, not buy stop today. Your buy limit around 16K to 18,800. 16K to 18,850 or 18,870. Then make sure you use your risk reward and trade with how much you can afford to lose. And mind you, this is not financial advice. It's just for educational purpose. So I like what I'm saying. I entered the market because I'm an experienced trader. I know when to get aboard. I'm trying to give you a perfect entry whereby you don't need to get panic or FOMO in, or get out of the market by losing the market is wait, let this thing move to wherever I want to move to. When it come back to mitigate this zone, this is where you need to buy, or wait, let the structure form out like I showed you earlier. When it's breaking the structure, that's where you need to get into the market. And that will be simple for you that you do not have enough experience. And if you want to learn how to trade, or you want to know all these things I'm talking about, you might be interested, you might want to go to www.instacashfs.com and apply for free training, and you'll be called according to your batches, and you can get this good training and know all these things we're doing. Getting into the market now is good, but you need to be experienced, because I go into the market, I took a trade like I show you, but it's because I know what I'm doing, and I understand the market turn around, I can quickly get out of the market. But the good entry that is going to be wonderful for you is wait, let the market move to wherever it wants to go. Let's see if it's going to break this squeeze we have here. If you break it, you can get out of the market. Then wait, let's see if it's going to test this zone. If it tests this zone and fails to break it, and it's coming back to break the structure created, that's where you take your buy. Or you wait, let it come to this zone, take your buy, and which your stop loss might be around 50 point or 100 point, that's a good buy. So those are the two places you need to set your buy limit and your buy stop. Your buy stop is going to be when a structure is created. I don't know where the market will stop because I'm recording live right now. If it stop, let's say around 6,300 or whatever, then come down to touch it. The moment it's going back to break that point, that's where you need to get into the market. Or better still, you wait for the market to come back to this zone. You understand, that you place your buy and put your stop loss around that zone. I believe that's going to be a perfect buy for you. And how do you now need to short the market? You need to short the market definitely the moment we break below this, because that means we're going to see the continuation of the market falling. So that's that on BTC, and I've told you the way I've been analyzing the market has been 100% correct, because even with the fall, with everything that's going on in the market, I read it, I take note of them, but the chart is my fortune teller, and is the one that's going to tell me get into the market, get out of the market, and that's what we do on this show as an educational purpose, not financial advice. If you need financial advice, you might want to go get one. If you've not subscribed to the channel before we move to the other chat, you might want to do that right now. Subscribe right here, like and share, and do not forget to turn on the notification bell so you can be part of this great content that we're dropping for you on this show. So now let's check out some other coin. Let's check out ETHUSD, and ETHUSD too should be the same thing. You see, I told you it should be the same thing. I told you last week we're still going to see ETH falling off, but right now they're still forming the same kind of structure with Bitcoin, and we all know that. So now what are we expecting from ETH? It's simple. It's the same pattern with BTC. We have a structure created, let it come back to mitigate this zone, then you take your buy here. Or if you have a short, because I told you should short ETH around I think around 1,002. That's why I told you to short ETH. And I think, see, if you short ETH since then, you must have made a lot of profit, because you can see I told you short ETH around 1,210 or thereabout. You can check it. That video is on my page, and you can verify that. And I think you're in profit now. We've been breaking structure upon structure upon structure, and now are we still going to break this 1,001? Because that's the next shot if you've been missing the previous shot. So now let's see if we're going to break this 1,001, but I would advise you, I don't think you need to take a short right line till we see a perfect structure forming on a lower time frame, but we're still going to tell you that on this show. So now where do you need to get into Ethereum now, or where do you need to take a profit? If you've been shorting since I told you to short it, which is 1,200, you need to get out of the market, because we have this squeeze right here before we break below the spike. So the moment we break 1,150, I will advise you to get out of the market. Then we'll be looking for a buy structure, you understand? Or let's see if the market will come back and retest it, or you create a structure like I told you on BTC, let a structure form like this, come back to retest, fails to break it. The moment it's coming to break it back, this is your entry point, and that's that on ETH as well. Every prediction what I've been saying on this show is looking nice, and I think I deserve a like. All right, let's check out Dogecoin right now, and we can see Dogecoin, USD. Okay, Dogecoin, I told you I'm expecting Dogecoin to fall to what? to 0.05 because our target for our first profit target is 0.07, which we hit that. I'm expecting 0.05, but you can see because of the same structure I'm seeing here, Dogecoin has been falling. So what am I expecting from Dogecoin? It's creating a structure, but there's nothing big here. I'm still expecting Dogecoin to fall off. So I'm expecting Dogecoin to come down to maybe 0.05 back. Even talking about Elon Musk trying to mess up Twitter or probably trying to do the best for Twitter. And a lot of things has been going on. A lot of employees saying they're resigning. People are bad mouthing him, and now we know he has reinstated Trump, he has reinstated Andrew Tate, and some other people that were banned on Twitter saying there should be freedom of speech and stuff like that. But a lot of people are saying, what about the hate speech and all of that? And all this is how you're going to handle it if you're putting back some people that have done it in the past. But that's that, and I wish the owner of Twitter, but that's Elon Musk. But right now, what are we expecting from Dogecoin? I think Dogecoin is still a sell. I don't see any strong structure right here. Is still a sell to me. But what are we still going to watch out for Dogecoin to? Still the same pattern. Let's see, form a structure. If we come back to retest, the moment it's coming to break it, that's where we're going to put our buy. And that's that on Dogecoin. That's that on chart analysis. So you might uh, want to stick to the plan. No financial advice, is just for educational purpose, and I will advise you to do your own research. Make sure you put in the money you can afford to lose so you do not panic or waste your money down the drain. So let's check out the market watch back and now see what's going on. We can see right now Solana is trending because it's been down for about 10.3. FTT token is 10. It's trending because it's been down for about 11.5% in the last 24 hours. Ethereum is trending, has been down for about 7%, and we all know BTC is even trying to hold back. So right now, Bitcoin is trading at 16,220, appreciated about 1.95% in the last 7 days, down about 2.81% in the last 24 hours, and Ethereum is trading at 1,134 and it's been down about 4.1% in the last 7 days, 6.8% in the last 24 hours, and we can see Dogecoin has been down 9.9% in the last 24 hours, that's almost 10%, and about 5.19% in the last 7 days. And you can see some of these coins are just falling while some are trying to gain momentum and appreciate by. We can see Litecoin has been up 12% in the last 7 days, but it's been down 4% in the last 24 hours. Let's check some coin under 20, I say 20, excuse me, on the top 100 like we normally do. And we can see right here, CVX is still at 101, EN is now back at 102, Bitcoin Gold at 103, Ravecoin at 104, Stepping at 108, Terra Classic USDT at 115, and we can see Cardena is now at 125. These are coin order top 100. You can see most of them are down in the last 24 hours, almost all of them down in the last 24 hours, but some of them are still holding up in the last 7 days. And you can see you can see we even have some appreciating as high as 4%, 6% in the last, and even 8% in the last 7 days. So you might want to check those coins out. They are the one on the top 100, but the market cap is still sitting above or slightly above 800 billion, and about 60 billion are traded in the last 24 hours, and you can see it over here to almost 60 billion in the last 24 hours, and we have 37.2 as dominance, talking about BTC, and ETH 16.4, and over here we have 17.3 for ETH and 38.8 for BTC. Let's check out some NFT that has been trending in the market like we normally do on this show. Top 10 NFTs still remain: CryptoPunk, Order Deed, Bud APH, Mutant Ape, Moonbirds, Clone X, Doodles, Rare Apip, Ape, I don't know how to pronounce this, but it's RAY, and we see Invisible Friends, and Azuki is still maintaining that number 10 zone. These are the projects in top 10, talking about top collections of NFT, and we saw C. Ronaldo just launched what's it called, his own NFT too. In case you're interested, do your research before you get into it. You might want to go to Binance and check that out. I think they're a great piece of art when I saw it, and they still auctioning it and stuff like that. Not financial advice. Make sure you do your research before you bank your money on any project out there. So that's that on the market watch. Let's now go to fear and greed index to know what the sentiment looks like. We can see we are sitting at extreme fear. Is now sitting at 21, and why there's so much fraud in the market. Fear, uncertainty, and doubt has been what has been rocking the market since we saw or we experienced the collapse of FTX US, Alameda Research, and 100 and something companies affiliated or sub companies under FTX, and that has been bringing so many stories, so many things has been coming out, and even now some other exchanges too are now fanning their yash or their hair, sorry, because they are sitting on the hot seat. A lot of people are demanding they need to show us proof of stake, proof of reserve, proof of that, and all of them have been looking for a way to get themselves out of this issues we're experiencing in the crypto space. But I must tell you the fact, this is where you need to take advantage of the cryptocurrency. Yes, we might still deep down, but you can start doing DCA, not financial advice, but I believe whenever there is extreme fear, that's where you need to start backing up some crypto, because we see we are still maintaining that 15,600 zone, talking about Bitcoin. And I tell you, until we break it, before I can categorically say maybe we're going to see uh, the market falling off again, and which is until we break this zone. That's 15,600. Until we break it, then maybe we're still going to see it. Now it's still a sell because we have a structure here, but I can see other block here. We might just come back, mitigate it, then we'll see the market shoot up, and it's going to give us a perfect entry for a bull or a buy, let me say, because inside a bear market you might have a trend that's going to be a short buy, excuse me, for the market pull down. I've talked about that on the show already. So the fear and greed index today uh, is sitting at uh, 21, which is extreme fear, and you might want to start thinking of what you want to do with some assets you want to acquire in the market. No financial advice, guys, just what I've studied in the market and I'm using it to educate you guys. So now, shout out to Instacash FX. That's our sponsor for sponsoring the show. If you want to buy Bitcoin, you want to sell Bitcoin, you can reach out to them. They're fast, reliable, and efficient. And also, if you want to learn how to trade, you can go here, right? You can come to this place right here and apply for free training. And I bet you're going to get good and sound education regarding cryptocurrency trading and investment in general. So I think that's what I have for you today on the show. If you've not subscribed to the channel, please do that right now. Subscribe, like, and share. And do not forget to turn on the notification bell. And definitely you can reach out to people to watch and be part of this great platform. Crypto Bean 101, the home of value and good information when it comes to cryptocurrency, trading, and good investment in general. So if you've not subscribed, you might want to do that right now. I still remain myself, Ahmed Oladimeji Kazim, and this is what I have for you today. And thanks for watching the show, the Bitcoin and Breakfast Show, where we trade it and we do not gamble it. Until I catch you next time on a beautiful episode and wonderful and a whole lot of package I'll be bringing to you on this beautiful platform. It's peace out.